my mind. So precious is yours, is mine. And look at the time, my God. So precious is yours, is mine.
Thanks for joining us live for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. Looking at Chicago, they want to turn it around after that loss to the Raptors in Toronto.
And it's a tough game to lose. I mean, they actually put up a pretty solid effort, I thought. But when you're battling for a road win, even when you play hard, nothing's guaranteed.
You always want to try to steal as many games away from home as you can. They just came up short there.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge down on the sideline. David?
Well, Kevin, Kawhi Leonard has been a great defender from day one, but he has developed into an elite offensive player as well. Now, Greg Popovich says he basically tells me what he wants to do now. He knows he has a green light. I think that's the difference. He's more confident, more aggressive, more hungry to score than in the past. Kevin?
And they need him to be that way, DA. Thank you. Especially after Tim Duncan's retirement and Manu and TP getting older. This is Kawhi's team now, for sure. Steve, as a player, what are the challenges of playing basketball early in a season?
I think getting your body used to the grind, getting your mind back used to the grind. I think those are the challenges. And depending if you brought in a lot of new faces, that could be a grind. But I think more importantly is just getting back into rhythm.
Getting in sync with yourself, but also getting in sync with your teammates.
Correct.
And it's going to be San Antonio off the tip. And the starting. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And here's Mills. There's the pick. Stolen by Grant. Here's Portis. Lays it up off the glass. Portis has got his first points of the night.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Gay outside, inside. Here's Laverne. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Grant kicks to Holiday. We've got 1:13 left to play in the first quarter. DJ with it. And the shot falls short this time. Now here's Ginobili. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Mills dishes to Laverne. Nice D from DJ. Well, one of the new faces on the roster this season is DJ, and for those of you who haven't followed his story, made the team after getting a training camp invitation, but he's fought his way, Greg, into some minutes now.
And to go one step even prior to the training camp invite, he got that invite by impressing in a street ball competition. Now, I know a lot of fans are hoping he can make it in the NBA just due to his long shot story.
Not the game this team was looking for. Last time they took to the court, ended up on the losing side, Greg, but there were some positives to take away.
Yeah, and the big one to me was that DJ showed that he has a lot to contribute. It was limited action, but when he was on the floor, he was a definite positive for the team.
Shooting two.
First one falls for him. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. The Bulls leading by 6. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Wells passes to DJ. He kicks it to Wells. And it's going to be a 3-second call. San Antonio's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Now Mills. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Outside, Ginobili got it off in time, but it's no good. And so it's the Chicago Bulls with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a chance to hear from Tony Parker, who said he lives for the challenge of continuing to improve.
I always try to improve and get better.
And in Tony Parker's case, great is what he wanted to be and has been for a long time.
You know, that's great because that shows pops and why he's one of the best in the game. You got to be able to drive and motivate and also give the confidence. And that's what's happened with Tony Parker. Remember when he first came on the scene, it was not a cakewalk for him. He had his struggles, and now we're talking about a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second chance points.
A fundamental part of basketball, taking advantage of guys who fail to block out.
On the court right now for the Spurs, Mills and Manu at the guards. Rudy Gay is out there with Anderson, and it's Laverne in at the 5.
Excellent play call there. The defense was not prepared for the pick, and as a result, they gave up the wide open look. And you think back to just a few years ago when the Bulls were winning the East. That team, core of Rose, Noah, and Dame, had some tough luck not to make it to the finals with that group.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Spurs' Greg Popovich talked about developing players. He said, our method is usually tough love. I don't think coddling works, and beating them to death mentally doesn't work either. You give them a clear picture of what's demanded, show care, understand what makes them tick. If that doesn't get through, you get rid of them. Kevin?
And the military background of Popovich plays a part in this way of thinking, David. It's why the Spurs have been so successful for so many years. Gay kicks to Laverne, just 5 to shoot. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Over Wells. No good from Gay. The Bulls leading by 3. Outside Holiday. And DJ gets it to go on the assist by Holiday. 6 points for DJ.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
They are not short in confidence, but they can't get too carried away because it could cost them the game.
And Steve, in your playing days, you always struck that balance, I always thought, between calling your own number and creating for teammates. That's a real gift.
It is, and I think the value of playing winning basketball, Kevin, is whatever play dictates making your teammates better or making the winning play. I think a lot of guys right now get caught up in stats. Whatever's the play to help your team win, that's the play that needs to be made.
Well said. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. LaMarcus Aldridge. And so it's Chicago with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. You look at Zach LaVine. Chicago making some changes. DJ comes in for Robin Lopez, and it's Jaren Grant in for Dunn. San Antonio also making some changes. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Gay comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Ginobili in for Green. Valentine out there with Markkanen. Then it's Zach LaVine, then it's DJ, and it's Grant in at point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. No good from Gay.
Boy, he blew an easy layup, and he is furious with himself.
Valentine wide open. He fires. Wide open. Couldn't capitalize.
Boy, this is rough on him. He wants to help out the team, which is playing well otherwise, but his shot just isn't there. Just 1 for 4 since the break. They are looking for better efficiency on the offensive end.
Markkanen. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And Markkanen is skilled at drawing fouls once he establishes position. Uses that height to get the defense to commit.
That free throw good for Markkanen. Chicago making a switch here. Portis is checked in. The Spurs also with the sub. Mills, he's checked in for Tony Parker. Inside. And that one is good from DJ.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
You know, you feel on top of the world when it happens as a player, just the relationship you have with the fans.
And so Chicago. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step to becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Ray Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long.